When we talk about cloud, data security is always taken on the high priority. And that's the reason in this topic we will focus on storage security of Azure Blob Storage account. While creating the storage account in Azure, we have already focused on a couple of things which are associated with security of the data. Like for example, we already know that somewhere inside this left side column, if I click on configurations, I will get one section where they are showing me that whether secure transfer is required for this particular storage account data or not. I hope you remember that we disabled this thing while creating the storage. If you want, you can enable this, and then by default, nobody can access this thing without having HTTPS based connection. We also have a couple of other optional configurations here. If I want to associate my storage account with my Azure Active Directory, and then I can integrate with the services like domain services with that is also possible. You can also configure this thing with your on-premise Active Directory with Azure Active Directory and all. Suppose if you want to access the data of the storage account only within some kind of a private network, you can configure that thing. You can configure the firewall for your virtual network, as well as you can specify the private endpoints also, where any application users can access the data of the storage account only through their private endpoints. By default, when you create a general purpose V2 account, they always have encryption enabled in that. And you cannot disable this actually. Because of the safety purpose, they are not allowing you to do the disabling of the encryption of your data. But yes, they will give you two different options in the encryption type. You can use Microsoft Managed Keys, which is by default configured when you create the storage account, or if you want to manage your own keys, that is also possible. Not only that, once you configure all the security, somewhere we have a section for security here. And this is all about monitoring the security of this storage account inside the Security Center. The Security Center is an inbuilt monitoring utility of Microsoft Azure. If you enable this thing for the storage, you will get a security related all the notification and alerts inside that. Not only that, for each issue of your security vulnerabilities, they will give you recommendations. So based on your company's standardized policies, you can make sure that your data and the access of the data is always going to be secure. In this particular module, as we have focused about the blob storage, we know that every blob is going to be stored inside the container. And that's the reason I want you to focus on the containers properly. I am going to create some new containers right now. And I know when I create a container, it always have a public access level inside that. I want you to understand public access level properly. That's why let me create a new container, and I'm giving a name of this container like CNTR1. This is going to be my first container or something like that. When I'm creating my first container, I am giving the access level for this is going to be private, which simply means that nobody is able to access this container data without proving that they are a valid user. I'm going to click on create. This container is created. Same way, I'm going to create few more containers with the name container 2. Access level will be blob. And with one more container, which is container 3, and the access level for this is going to be container level. So we have 3 different containers right now, and in this case, my 3 different containers are having different access levels. I'm going inside my first container, and I'm going to upload at least one file inside this. The same file which we have used earlier, I'm going to use car.jpg, and I'm going to click on upload. If you want, you can upload multiple files or different files also, but for the demo purpose, I am going to choose the same file in each container. What I want right now, I want at least minimum one JPG or image file inside each container so that I can check which container is allowing me to access the file and which one is not. I'm done with my upload. I have uploaded car.jpg in each container of my container 1, 2, and 3. Now, let me click on the 3 dots of this container 1, which is private. And if I click on this, I have an option for container properties. Like a storage account property, this is going to show me a properties of my container. where I have a URL, and this URL is showing me that if I want to access this container, this is going to be a URL using which I can do that. For every blob storage account, because REST-based APIs are already integrated and we can do the get and post operations on this, in the new tab of my browser, I'm just going to hit the URL. When I do this, it's showing me that resource not found. My first container is actually having private access level, and that's the reason maybe this is not showing me any resources here. Not only that, I know that there are some query string parameters which we can pass on with this URL. Like we have a parameter called comp equals to list. This is like which kind of computational operation you want to do with this. The moment I do comp equals to list, in that also is not working and is showing me resource not found. In short, my first container, which is having private access level, is not allowing me to access any details of this container right now. Let me try one thing. Let me try this thing for container 2. For 2 also is not working with the comp equals to list. And if I try with container 3, then it is working and it's showing me that container 3 is actually having this kind of name with this URL and the other details of my number of blob files. Like you can see, this is showing me that I can have access of all the blob files, and for each blob they are showing me name, content type, last modified, size of the file, and so many other details with that. Not only that, even the URL which they are showing here is publicly accessible because my container 3 is actually having container level access, which simply means that this container number 3 is actually publicly accessible at the folder level, at the container level itself. If I copy this URL, try to paste this thing in the browser, I'll be able to access this thing, and logically this is very much similar to public access level. Now, container 1 and 2 is not allowing me to get the list of the files. Let me go inside a second container, and I know that this container is having blob level access, which simply means that I can access a particular blob file if I have the proper URL of that. But if I want to get the details of multiple files of the container, then container level access I do not have. In short, access level blob means file level access, but not the folder level access. If I click on the properties of this one particular file, I will get the URL of this one file. I'll copy this file and then I'm going to paste this thing in the browser. When I do this, this is going to allow me to access the file from container 2 because I am directly accessing the blob, and that's why I'm not going via container. So container level access is very much similar to public access. Blob level access is similar to file level access, but not the folder level. And as we mentioned earlier also, the first container, which is a private access level, is not going to allow me to access this file until unless I prove my identity. Let me do one thing. For this car.jpg which is inside container 1, I'm doing the same thing which I have done for second container. I'm going to copy this URL, I'm going to paste it in the browser, and this time, even though my URL is correct, when I try to hit this thing, I am not able to access the file from container 1. Because this is a private container, they will not allow me to access it directly. But then, how can we access this? The answer is, you have to prove your identity. Either by logging in into Azure Active Directory integration, or maybe by providing some kind of a token. Let me try the token right now. Exactly in the same page, on the top of this, we have a tab called Generate SaaS. I can click on the Generate SaaS, and this SaaS is a shared access signature, which is nothing but a token generation mechanism which can associate with the URI of that particular file. Using this, we can control the restrictions on the access rights of the data which is stored inside the blob containers. I can configure which kind of a key I want to use for this. We know per storage account we have 2 keys in Azure, and we can use any of the storage keys in this. What kind of permissions I want to allow for this key, and then how long this token is going to be valid. I can configure all those things into this. I am just keeping everything by default, and I'm going to click on Generate SaaS Token. When I do this, they will show me one uniquely generated token for this, which is already associating with the storage account key 1. And then we have a blob SaaS URL, which will allow me to access the data. So let me copy this full URL with token, and then if I try to access that one in my browser, then I'll be able to access that file. because this time I'm proving that I am not an ordinary user. It's not an anonymous access, it's a valid user who's accessing this thing because I have a valid token. This additional configuration of this containerized blobs are actually making this thing much more secure compared to normal folder structure. And this is one of the difference which is making these containers different than the normal folders. So these are some of the options which we can customize and using which we can control the security of the data which is stored inside the Azure Blob Storage account.